Yes, people. How are we all doing? How are we doing on this fine Wednesday afternoon? Let's just sort out this camera real quick. There we go. Preview time. Liverpool versus Real Madrid, the second leg. Obviously, we lost the first leg. What was it? 5-2? 5-2 lost in the first leg. So we need one of the greatest comebacks not the Premier League, the Champions League has ever seen if we are to, go through to the next round. But there's going to be a bit of a different sort of style to this preview. Obviously, I don't know how long it's going to be because it's a midday one on a weekday. I just felt that I had to get the content out for people. But it's going to be a different style. Obviously, there's a fantastic website. This is Anfield. If you're not already, make sure you check out that website. They do a number of articles during the week previewing the press conferences and all this stuff. So we're going to be going through those today because I've got to be honest, I haven't not really paid much attention to the build-up of this game. All I know is that, Bajcetic is out, Henderson's out, Naby Keita might be starting in midfield, Milner might be starting in midfield. It's a scary, scary time. But big up yourself, Ravi. Big up yourself. It's a weird one, this one. This is one of the ones which I'm sitting there going, do I really want to watch this game? Do I really want to spend 2 hours of my life watching this game because I have zero belief that we'll come back? But then there's that little nagging voice in the back of your head, that little thing that's saying, but what if? But what if? And it's a weird one. It's a really, really weird one. Thoughts on how we get back when we play a high line as we are not quick? The high line is a weird thing. So our high line comes from us pushing teams back, but because we're not sustaining how long we push these teams back for, we end up with a very disjointed setup. So our attack is trying to do a high press. Our midfield's too slow to catch up. So there's a massive gap there. Our defence is then too close to the midfield. So then people can just play over the top. It's really, really, really weird. And you'd think that the manager would notice this and would have tried to work to, sort it out. And he has done it parts of this season. He has tried to parts, but it's not enough. It's not enough. We're pulling through tonight. Gagpo at Darwin, masterclass of the Reds. I hope so, Michael. I hope so. Because if we were to come back, this would be the second greatest, behind Istanbul, the second greatest Champions League comeback of all time. Away at the Bernabeu. You're without heart. You're without, your midfield. Your midfield's a problem position already. But you're without two of your most informed ones. If we're able to come through and get the win and get the comeback, Jesus Christ. Listen to Sammy as well. Big up yourself, Sammy. Smash the likes. Make sure, if you're not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. So, let's have a little look at what buddy old pal Jurgen Klopp said in his press conference. Obviously, we know that Mr. Stefan Bajcetic and Jordan Henderson are ruled out. Henderson, he didn't even travel with the squad, is still carrying out illness from the Bournemouth game. But Stefan Bajcetic, it's like a stress response to an abductor thing. Hopefully that's not a serious problem. Because Stefan's been fantastic for us, and we need him in that midfield because he sets the tempo. And it's a concern that we need a 90. Is he 19 or is he 17? I can't remember. We need someone that young to set the tempo for the rest of the side. But hopefully it's just a minor one. Obviously, we've got the international break coming up because we're not playing FA Cup this weekend and Fulham are in the FA Cup, so that game's been postponed. So we've got a long time before the next game. Fingers crossed Stefan can get through. I'm a Madrid fan, bro. I think it's going to be near impossible. Oh, yeah. Remember that Vinicius tweet? 1% chance, 99% faith, or whatever it was? Try that, but with like 0.1% chance. because it's so difficult. Do you know that last that goes to game? Tammy's Redmen. Oh, from Redmen TV. I don't know her personally, but I know who she is. Chloe, yeah. But obviously without Henderson and without Bajcetic, it creates a really sort of awkward thing with our midfield, as in who is going to start, especially if we decide to stick with this 4-3-3. So I'm just curious what everyone else thinks, because I've got in my head what I would do. I've got in my head what I would do if we stuck in this 4-3-3. And it's a really, really tough one because Naby Keita is awful. Naby Keita is awful. Hasn't played since Crystal Palace. So we'd be lacking a little bit of sharpness. But then again, most of our midfielders are going to be lacking a bit of sharpness because we haven't rotated them very well throughout the season. You're really looking at Naby Keita, James Milner, Harvey Elliott, or Curtis Jones. They're the four who you're going to look at and say they've got a chance of starting. And Naby Keita is probably the best ability-wise, but I don't believe that he is of the right mindset for this game. Considering how Crystal Palace wins, considering how his seasons wins as a whole, I don't know if I could trust Naby Keita to give me a good performance today. And if he can't give me a good performance today, then if he can't give me a good performance today, then we're in trouble because we need everyone to have a blinder. We need everyone to have a blinder. So then I'm looking at it with Elliott, Milner, and Jones, and not only does that hurt my soul that we're going into a crucial second leg Champions League game needing to score 3 goals to come back. Like, I woke up like an hour ago. I was down in London all day yesterday working for a company, doing some talks for them. Jesus Christ, you do not want to do a full trek from Liverpool to London and back in one day. It kills you. Anyway, so you're left with Milner, Elliott, and Jones. Now, out of those, Harvey Elliott is most likely going to get a nod. Jurgen Klopp will most likely turn to Harvey Elliott to be the one to start at right centre mid. And then you're just arguing between James Milner and Curtis Jones. Now, he will go James Milner. But, but, I am intrigued by the idea of Curtis Jones. On the pure basis of, he can't do worse than everyone else. Like, I have zero expectations for this game. None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Nothing. Blank slate. All this, that, and the other. No expectations whatsoever. So I don't mind if Curtis Jones plays. I think Curtis Jones has a skill set that he hasn't shown us for 2 years, but he's got a skill set. And we need goals. This is the crucial part of it. We need goals. We can't sit there and try and outpossess them and pick them on the counter attack because Carlo Ancelotti is a world class manager. Carlo Ancelotti is smart. So Carlo Ancelotti is not going to try and, be imperative, be on the front foot and, give us a chance to get in behind them. So we need creativity from other aspects. And I can't remember the last time James Milner offered us creativity from midfield. Fabinho, Millie double pivot. That is my nightmare. No, she's on Cop TV. Her name is Tammy. I can't say I do, mate. I can't say. I'll have a look after the stream. I CBA for Liverpool anymore, man. As long as you don't get embarrassed again, I'll be happy. Honestly, I've said all week, I don't care what the score is. As long as I'm able to get my Darwin goal at the Bernabeu, so we get a goal in both legs against Madrid, I'm happy. I've left with something sort of thing. Thoughts on Costas? Does he need a start over Robbo? Has Robbo's been overworked? I think Costas Tsimikas creates a very interesting dilemma for Jurgen Klopp based on how he wants to attack, because Robertson's type of crosses, Robertson's type of creativity works with certain players. And it all depends on the system we play. If we are going to go with 4 attackers, which I hope we do, That's what I really hope we do. Maybe a 4-2-3-1 or even a 4-4-2. Kostas Tsimikas should start because Kostas Tsimikas has a wider range of crossing. He has a wider range of creativity. And at this point, I don't need us to be defensively solid per se. I just need us to score a bucket load of goals. That's what I need. Loads and loads and loads of goals. And Kostas Tsimikas can... Right. Andy Robertson is very good at driving to the byline and cutting it back. Kostas Tsimikas isn't as good as that. But Kostas Tsimikas has a better range of crossing. So if we need to cross from deep, if we need to cross on his right, if he needs to whip in balls from a set piece, Kostas Tsimikas has a better range of that. So that's why I'll be looking at it. That's why I'll be looking at it. I don't want to see Naby in a red shirt again. I said that after the final. I'll say it again. I ended up talking about that final shot yesterday. How everything was set up for it. Cut back, number 8, Liverpool shirt, goal down, Champions League final. You need your players to step up. Number 8, Liverpool. We've had a fantastic number 8 who stepped up in these moments before, and Naby Keita just decided to hit the most awful Travella I have ever seen in my life. And then put his thumb up afterwards. Big up yourself, KVJ. Big up yourself. If Madrid score first, the game is over. Probably. Big ups, Tom. Big ups yourself, KLFC. Curtis Jones needs to play this game. Messi. Messi FC, good to see you, lad. There is an argument for Curtis Jones to play. That's all I will say. There is an argument for Curtis Jones to play. 4-2-3-1, we need to go all out. Gakpo on the 10. He needs to drop deep and get into Modric. If we let him dictate, we have no chance. The issue is Cody Gakpo. If you're able to put him on Modric, then Toni Kroos just runs the game. If you're able to put him on Toni Kroos, Modric will just run the game. You cannot stop this Madrid team from running games, especially with the state of our team at the minute. With the state of our team at the minute, we have no chance of stopping them from running games. So we almost have to let them. You almost have to let them and react. Rather than being proactive, we have to be reactive today. We have to let Modric get on the ball, let Kroos get on the ball, and almost sort of funnel them into the area we want them to go. So you can stop them, but we can't, the traditional way that Liverpool would stop midfielders, no chance of we've got of doing that. We cannot do that today. Carvalho would be great for this game, but Klopp think he's not ready. I don't know what Carvalho's done. But hey ho. Never get to look in anymore. What's the point? When might Thiago be back? I assume after the international break. I assume anyway. I agree about Kostas. Don't worry. Madrid will not go for big score line. They will slow down the tempo and be happy to save themselves for the Clasico on Sunday. This is a Madrid team that's experienced. They have the know-how. And a manager that has the know-how. They're not going to be naive. They're not going to be blasé. They're not going to play our game. They're not going to be drawn into what we want to do. They will just sit there and be resolute in their game, which is why I have such little faith. Because this isn't like Barca a couple of years ago where their mentality was shot because of what had happened the past couple of years. That the moment it started, they got drew into the game. This is a Real Madrid team that has been there, done it, and got all the medals to show for it. So they know how to play on it. Robo is so predictable. He's predictable, but he's hard to stop when he's on it. Big up yourself, Ryan. I can't lie, I'm struggling to see a way we go through tonight. Obviously, 5-2 down to the best European side of all time in Real Madrid. It would be the second greatest comeback in UCL history. When you see Hassam asking why he hates mango drinks. Are you excited about the players we are linked with other than Bellingham? None of the guaranteed take Hendo spot. Mount Nunes aren't good enough. I know who I would take. We haven't had solid links to them, but we've had links. Obviously, Manu Kone, Alexis McAllister, Joao Palhinha, Manuel Ugarte. 3 out of those 4, I'm more than happy with because they come in and they move the needle. They move the needle. And it's not hard to move the needle in our midfield, but Mason Mount doesn't move the needle enough. Mateus Nunes doesn't move the needle enough. And this is what we need to do. We need to start moving the needle in the midfield to get back up to where we need to be because the midfield is the key to everything in this system. We have to play to our strengths. We are not as quick like we used to. All we need to do is be quick in our attacks. That's all we need to do. Just to stop this tippy tappy slow build up nonsense. It doesn't work. Be quick and be decisive in our attacks. That's what will win us these games. Because this is a team that spent 7 years being quick and decisive on attacks. You know, how many times was it the flying red arrows of Mane and Salah? You'd have Bobby creating, you'd have Trent and Robbo bombing up the wings, quick, snappy counters, quick, snappy attacks. We don't do that now. We don't do that at all. The last time we done that was United. Apart from that, when you look at all the goals he scored, that's the way we're doing it. But we're not doing it enough. We switch off. We try and hold possession. We try and go slow. We try and be Man City without the Man City players. And that's what kills us off. That is what does us in. And we need to stop it. Yes, we're not Manchester City. That is fine that we're not Manchester City. It's completely fine that we're not Manchester City. Stop trying to emulate them. Stop trying to be them. Because they have Kevin De Bruyne. They have Phil Foden. They have Bernardo Silva. We're trying to do it with Henderson and Milner and Fabinho. It doesn't work. These players can't do that style of football. It's like putting a monkey in a car and then when he crashes, having a go at the monkey. It's my fault for putting him in the car. It's Klopp's fault for asking these players that can't do these things to do these things. Anyway, Kone and Thuram. I haven't seen enough about Thuram, but I know he's having a really good season, so I wouldn't be opposed to it. Big ups yourself, Taron. Palhinha will cook for us. Palhinha's fantastic at Fulham. Who's Liverpool's greatest threat? It's probably still... See, Salah scores more. I back Salah to score. If there was a chance to fall to him, I'd back him to score. But Núñez carries more threat. Núñez is a bigger threat. Núñez causes more problems. Núñez scares players more. And it's a lovely idea that I have. Núñez doesn't know what he's going to do. So how is a defender going to know what he's going to do? That's why he's so hard to stop. That's why he's so hard to defend against. Because if he doesn't know what he's going to do, how are you going to know what he's going to do? We need at least 3 midfielders. We probably need 4 midfielders, Ravi. I'd say Darwin Núñez or Salah are the biggest threats. Thoughts on Thiago? Does he slow us down when he plays, or are we not using him correctly? He doesn't slow us down. It's just he's following instructions. We've seen Thiago has the capability to play quick. He's done it against Arsenal last year. He's done it multiple times. He's done it against Wolves last year. This just rattling off the top of my head. I'm sure if I looked into it a little bit more, I could find a number of attacks which are started by his quick, decisive passes. The issue is we are trying to move to a possession-based system. So he's done that for years. He knows how a possession-based system works. But he has no one else in that midfield who is confident as a possession-based midfielder at the top level. So it all just crumbles and it all just falls apart. Hence why that man is having to do everything in our midfield when he plays. Salah needs to rise. I agree. Do we have any game changers on the bench? Jota. I mean, it depends on how he sets us up. If Jota's on the pitch, then you're looking at Firmino, who don't really think he changes games. Carvalho, again, he'll probably get 2 minutes off the bench. No, we don't. We don't really. We don't. United game last year. Yeah, that's another shout. Big ups yourself, Mickey Mouse. Oh. So, what else did he say? Klopp didn't rule out a comeback, but he was realistic about his team's chances and had a couple of quirky ways to describe Liverpool's. He loves his little quirky analogies, doesn't he? He loves his little quirky ones. Like how we're a good husband, like how we're a good wife, waiting for his husband to get out of prison. He loves that one. It's Real Madrid. They are 3-0 up. It's not something you want for Christmas, but we have nothing to lose. Or the players are happy about this not really existing chance. Why are they happy that they have very little chance to go through? What? He would have preferred the pressure of being in the league on a certain leg. Yada yada yada. Fabinho, said we have nothing to lose. Everyone expects Madrid to go through. We have the responsibility to wear the shirt. This group of players had nice experiences. Barca 2019, we know it's possible. We respect the competition, the opposition too much to not look forward to this game. If there's only a 1% chance, I'd like to give it a try. We are here to play an extremely strong opponent and try and win the game as difficult as it is. What a fantastic PR answer that is. Madrid have won 5 of the last 10 Champions League titles on offer. Oh my god. Oh my god. We know what the quality possess. Yeah, Benzema, Modric, you can just rattle off their big names. So he's saying that we need to deny the counter-attacks as well. That's easier said than done, especially up against, Vinicius and Benzema. They are world-class players. It's very hard to deny counter-attacks to world-class players consistently. At least after today, we can focus on the Prem. We should be focusing on the Prem anyway, but last Saturday didn't show me that we were doing that very well. In the first leg, once they locked down Salah, Nunes disappeared, so I would say Salah is the biggest threat. Salah is our most... Salah creates. That's the thing. Salah got locked down, so Nunes didn't get any chances created for him. I did say Salah was obviously the biggest threat that we've got, but I think Nunes carries a different type of threat, should I say. He can't create as well as Salah. I still back Salah to score more chances, but Nunes is such a hard one to defend. Our style of play now is passing the ball along the back line, spamming crosses, long balls over the top and counter-attacks. Other than that, we're offering nothing. I hate how we play at the minute. I cannot stand how we play at the minute. The amount of times we spend about a minute in a game going from Van Dijk to Canate to Trent to Van Dijk to Fabinho to Henderson to Canate to Van Dijk to Robertson. We don't progress anywhere. We don't get anywhere. Runs get, you got Nunes, you got Gakpo, you got Salah trying to make runs. They're not getting found because you're sticking there and going through the back line. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense in the slightest. And that's what kills us because we allow teams to set up into a shape. The whole point of going slowly is to break down a set-up shape. But we go slowly when they're out of shape, so then they are able to get into a shape. And then once they're in that shape, it's very hard for them to get out of it. So it's a really weird way we set up at the minute, and it confuses me. I wish there was a sim option so we could just end the season. Thoughts on how we create chances in games? Not very well. Not very well. We should be doing it by quick counters. Not counters, but quick attacks. One touch. Always forward thinking. Not this. Even, what we've stopped doing now? The long switch of plays. From Van Dijk to Salah. They need to come back because they're a big creative part of us. They stretch the team. They open up avenues between the defence and midfield for players to make runs through. I don't know why we've stopped doing that. It's stupid, man. It's so stupid. Even Tom Cruise can't pull this mission off. Either we'll pocket both of them like the Champions League final. Maybe you will, but I can't expect that. I can't go into a game expecting Ibrahim Konate to drop a man on the match performance every game because we are so incompetent at times. By the way, Nunes will miss at least 2 big clear chances. Sound? I'm not bothered. If he wants to do it. Because he'll probably... He creates big chances on his own. That's the big thing. He creates these big chances off his own back. He's able to create them on his own. So if he misses a couple, will it be annoying? Oh, yeah. It'll be annoying. But I have no doubt that he'll do something good this game. Liverpool will probably score 3 goals when Ronaldo will score in the 93rd minute, seeing the script. That would be the worst thing. I want us to either go out there and do it inside 90 or just concede straight away and end all my hope. Do not, and this is exactly how I was with the last game of the season last year, don't give me hope. Don't let me sit there on the 45th minute, on the 50th, on the 60th going, there's a chance. There's a chance. We just need 1 more goal. We just need 2 more goals. There's a chance. Don't do that. Just either do it or let me down straight away. Don't let me build that hope. Not probably they will. It's a big problem that Trent's our only real creator. You got Trent, you've got Salah. I don't think Robertson creates in that same way. So if you're looking for our main creator is Trent and Salah, I think Gakpo's getting there. I think Gakpo's got the skill set to be a fantastic creator, but we're not fully there yet with him, which is it'll come with time. Cody Gakpo will get there in time. I've seen a lot of good signs from him, but he's not there yet. So our chief creators are down the right hand side. It's a really weird thing that's in my head about how we are so one sided with our creativity. Any football terror shows coming up? There's a match reaction tonight. I might be on the top 6 on Friday. I don't know. I don't know. Have you seen Klopp looking fresh in his press conference? We're winning tonight. I have. He's got the clean cut. He's got the clean shave. He's ready. He's ready for them pictures. You know. There's been that thing about Arsenal this year where they've got that cameraman sat behind the bench who takes the pictures of Arteta with the scoreboard in the background. Klopp's will 100% have brought a photographer for this. So you got Klopp with his clean shave, his clean haircut, ready, scoreboard in the background, 4-0 Liverpool. Honestly. How do we link our attack more and get the most out of them? Player 10. Simple. Player 10. Our midfield and attack are two separate, so you play a 10. Whether that is Cody Gakpo or whether that is Fabio Carvalho, and you push Gakpo up front, you play a 10 because they link up everything. They link up everything. 10s have been phased out of the game. We need a 10 in our team because we need the link up. Who am I playing in midfield? 2-man midfield would be Fabinho and Milner, unfortunately. And 3-man midfield would be Fabinho, Elliott, Jones. What's the most certain bet for this game? I'd have Fabinho to get a booking. I'd have Nunes to make a foul. I'd have Salah and Nunes to have a shot on target each. And I'd have probably over 2 goals in the match. 2 or more goals in the match, probably. Fabinho, yeah. And Milner yellow card as well. I can't forget about the Milner yellow card as well. Fab, Milner, pivot. Carvalho will cook to our strikers. I mean, he won Young Player of the Year doing that for Fulham. Don't know why we haven't given him the chance. Put Firmino in the 10. Jesus. And Gakpo's a false 9. I think the false 9 and the 10 would run into each other too much. If you're going to play a 10, you play Jota up front. You play Salah up front. You potentially play Nunes up front and Diaz on the left. You don't play Gakpo and Firmino together. I think you could even do Gakpo up front and Carvalho as a 10 because Carvalho's got that capability, got that skill set to make the runs beyond the striker. But I just feel that Gakpo and Firmino would end up just trying to take up the same position. And I don't really want that. Where does Tyler Moore fit in? Who's come? Burnley on loan next year. That'd be good. Burnley on loan next year. Do you think Jurgen Klopp struggles to get the best out of technical midfielders? It's a weird one because I think Ilkay Gundogan's a technical midfielder and he got really good numbers out of Ilkay Gundogan. I think that Mario Götze was a really technical midfielder and he had his best years under Klopp. I just think that this system he's got at Liverpool, he's so ingrained about the pace, the power, the work rate, etc., 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 that he almost doesn't want technical players in this midfield because he doesn't think they'll suit the league, the style of play in the league and all that stuff, which is a little bit weird. But maybe you'll see the light. Will we ever see Ramsey? I think we will. I think he might need a loan. Because I think he needs to play first team football regularly in the not in the Premier League, but in the Championship or something. Just to, make sure his body is ready for it, because that's the main issue right now. He's struggling to grow into his body. Once he's grown into that body, he'll be a fantastic fullback, because in the limited amount we've seen of him, he's been fantastic. Jota, Nunes and Salah with Gakpo behind Nunes, 4-2-3-1. If we're going to play a 4-2-3-1, I'd sooner have Jota up front and Nunez on the left because I think Nunez is better on the left. But yeah, it's 12:30. That was a quick little preview. There's really not much more for me to say. Should we do a score prediction? I don't know. If you go through, it'll be 4-1. If realistically, it'll probably be like 2-1 Liverpool or 2-2 or something like that. Or we just get smashed again. There's a very real possibility they just smash us again. That could just happen. Have you seen the Gavi news? I have, but I know that it's been overturned already by the Liga, so doesn't really matter. 3-1 Madrid, unfortunately, that wouldn't shock me. Is Canate best suited for the Real Madrid type teams we play? Canate is the best Van Dijk partner because he's able to cover the ground. He's best suited for any team that we play against because they all attack us in the same way. They're all trying to go in behind Trent down the right hand side. So Canate is best suited to that because he's the only one who can get out there and cover. 4-0 Real Madrid. I think we get one. At least. But yeah, that's what I'm going to go for. I will see you all tomorrow, I think. Yeah, tomorrow. I'll see you all tomorrow for the review. If we go through, it may well be the greatest ever review you've ever seen. But yeah, big up yourself, John. Big up yourself. I see you in there. Should I do? Yeah, you know what? I'll do me starting 11 thing. Do I have the lineup thing? Let's see if I've got me lineup thing here. Is it? I think it's this one. No, not that one. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Yeah. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Is it this one? We'll do it on this one. Big up yourself, Kai. FIFA career mode. That'll come back at some point. That will come back at some point. Come on, Tom, do a review tonight. There's too many going on, Ravi. I've got the terrace. Then once I'm done with that one, Hassam's going to be doing one. So you'll all go watch Hassam, as you should do. Hassam's reactions are fantastic. And I might even do another one. I might even be on like Never a Foul or something. I don't know yet. I like your show, Tom. Straight talking, no BS. Your sound. I appreciate that, Ravi. I appreciate that. But let's get to this one. So. How are we going to set up? If we set up in 4-3-3, I want it to be like this. So you'd have Fabinho. Canate at left centre back. Trent at right back. TAA. Simicast at left back. Have obviously Ali in goal. Elliot here. Jones on the left. Nunez. Salah. And that's how I think. I think Milner will be there, but this is how I think he's going to set up. He'll set up in a 4-3-3. What I think he should do is this. Something along the lines of this, but we move Gakpo there. And then instead of Elliot, we've got Jota, Salah up there, and Nunez up there. That's how I would do it. That is 100% how I would do it. A 4-2-3-1. I'd even probably have Jones in the pivot ahead of Milner because we just need goals. We need creativity. Does 4-2-3-1 suit us better with the players we have? Yes, 100%. It's been suiting us better all season long. Thiago Def is our best midfielder by a mile, and we should definitely keep him. I do think he slows us down when we're trying to hit the team in transition. I agree. I think whether that's based on a team instruction or himself, he does slow us down. But I also think that the man's experienced enough to learn how to just change his style of play and go back to being quick. What is Real Madrid's weakness? Well, I don't know what team they're going to put out. I don't know. They're a team that has very few weaknesses. It's more so, can your strengths cause them problems? And if I had to pick one, I'd probably say it's the fullbacks. I'd say Carvajal. I don't know if he's playing, but you've got Carvajal at right back. If they don't have him, it's Nacho Fernandez, and you've got Ferland Mendy at left back, who I don't think is very good. If it's not him, it's Alaba, who I think is injured, and if it's not him, it's Camavinga at left back. So I think fullbacks are their weakness, to be honest. I think that's where you can hurt them, down the wings at the fullbacks, because I also don't think Vinicius and Rodrigo will track back. Alisson needs to be sharp. Alisson has to be sharp every single game with the amount of stuff we put him through. We don't pay him anywhere near enough. They've been struggling in their league. They have been, but this is Champions League. Real Madrid turn up in the Champions League. They are a Champions League team. Liverpool therapy tonight with Sam. If there's a therapy for this game, it'll probably be tomorrow night, because it's all about match reactions tonight. But if there's a therapy, it'll be tomorrow night. That'll be a fun one. But yeah, being live for 40 minutes. That's been banging stream. Great chat. Got me a little bit more confidence. Slightly more confidence. You never know with this club. But I appreciate you all for getting involved. I know it was an early stream today. Tries to do it around people's lunch times, etc., etc. Had loads of people popping in. Great to chat with you all. I'll see you again tomorrow for the review. Probably out at about, we'll probably live at like 8ish, 9ish for that one. I appreciate you all. I will see you all in a bit. Follow the socials if you're not already. Make sure you're liking the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Follow the Twitter so you can get me live reactions to the game, because that'll be fun. Follow the TikTok. Just posted a new one on there about Daniel Sturridge. And that tweet I'd done about how Daniel Sturridge would be a top 5 Premier League striker of all time without injuries. But yeah, I've done enough plugs. I'll see you all in a bit. Enjoy the rest of your day. Big up the Reds. Laura Montada. In a bit, everyone. In a bit.